Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a different type of fall layout, a wedding layout that occurred in the fall. So I am using the Auburn Lane Collection from Pink Paislee. This is quite an old collection. I think I got everything from Tuesday morning when they were still open. So I have 6 photos that I am going to be using, and I am going to line them all up across the 2 pages. I did trim them down a little bit. I think I had printed one maybe by accident on a little bit smaller, so I trimmed all of them down a little bit. I do wish the photos on page 1 were in a different order. However, I did want to keep them kind of in order of when they were taken, if that makes sense. I guess what I could have done is taken the family photo and added that to the far left instead, and maybe that would have helped the order. But there was a reason for how I placed my photos. So for this layout, I believe I'm using all scrap pieces or 6x8 papers. You can see that I cut the pink paper in just a small strip, maybe half an inch. Those are going to go on the top and the bottom of my photos to kind of separate that out from the white background and just add another pattern. I then cut the yellow paper, and I'm going to add that to the top and the bottom and get that all taped down. And then I did tape the photos down as well. And then I had a scrap piece of kind of like a newspaper looking paper. And I really liked that. And so I figured maybe I would try to use that as a layering piece. I'm also going to add 2 other pattern papers, this floral paper and then I believe a green paper. And I am going to keep the floral paper all the same length, I guess, but I am going to dovetail the green paper, and I am going to do that both on the far right and then the far left. I just kind of wanted to try something different, and this just allowed me to add more pattern papers without making it too busy. So you'll see that I'm going to actually dovetail the top and the bottom of this green paper and then layer it over top of the floral paper, and then I will go ahead and do that on the left hand side as well. Once I do that, I am going to end up then adding those thin pink strips of paper going along the top side of the photos and the bottom side of the photos. I am going to skip ahead here in the video so you don't have to watch me do that far side. But the reason I haven't done or placed the photos down on page 1 is because I wanted to pop the middle photo up on some foam tape and mat that one. I'm actually going to mat it twice, and so I didn't want to kind of have to tear that up, I guess. So I did end up adding the outside photos down first, and I did add the kind of newspaper scrap piece there just as a good layering piece. I just love that paper. Wish I had more. I think that is actually out of the 6x8 paper pad, and I must have used all of it up already. But again, that just added something else to that. My title there, Best Day, is actually from a Pink Fresh like fall title ephemera pack, but the colors matched really nicely, and so I decided to kind of use that. I do have quite a bit of phrases on this layout, kind of more so maybe than I normally would. But to add to it as well, in the 12x12 paper pack, there is this beautiful maroon paper that has large flowers on it. And so I did end up fussy cutting one of those and adding that to the title. And then you can see on the bottom of page 1, I added kind of a circular, I think it's supposed to be like for journaling, but I liked that as a layering piece. And I added the word love down at the bottom. And then just kind of playing around again with the different pieces that I had left in the ephemera pack, and found a gold, it's almost like a gold journaling spot too at the top there, and then the ampersand, and I just really loved all of the colors of everything, and so I just wanted to kind of use it up. I do have quite a bit of this collection. Like I said, I got it at Tuesday morning and just kind of went a little crazy with everything that I bought, but I absolutely think it's beautiful and have been able to use it for a couple of different weddings. It's perfect, I think, for those fall weddings. So you can see there is, I think, an actual journaling card that I am using down on the bottom right as well, just as another layering piece. I thought that was great. It does kind of blend in with that floral paper behind it, but enough that I wasn't too concerned with that. And then another phrase down at the bottom, beautiful. I don't know, this was one of the most amazing weddings. I had the most fun. I have scrapbooked a page, actually another 2-page layout from this wedding, and I'm sure in that video I just mentioned how I can be my truest self with my cousins. And yeah, this wedding was definitely one for the books. I absolutely and definitely enjoyed myself. So now you can kind of see where I'm going to have my clusters. And for the most part, they're just about done. Like I said, I did end up wanting to pop that middle photo on page 1 up on some foam tape to give the layout a little bit more dimension. I did end up matting that, I believe, with a 6x8 paper, but that same yellow that's at the top and the bottom of the page. I just kind of felt like that helped bring, that color in somewhere else. And so that was, for me, a good place to add that. So once I kind of have that, I am just going to commit to everything. I am going to end up fussy cutting more of those maroon flowers from that 12 by 12 paper. Again, I just think they're great. And what I ended up doing is I think for the most part, I've just been fussy cutting the ones that are on the outside, if that makes sense. And then I've been able to kind of cover up that straight edge with, I guess, the other embellishments. So really just focusing on committing to the placements. I did find the perfect Scrap and Happy Studio flares. I got these so long ago. They are heart-shaped, which I don't think she's been making any new ones that are heart-shaped. But the colors and the sentiments match this layout perfectly. There's some that have hearts, and then there's one, it might be the one I added to the title, that says love in like a cursive script. And it is just beautiful with this. So I will end up adding 1 or 2 more of those. I did add one to the bottom right cluster where I just added that maroon flower, and then I think I do end up adding one to the top. I don't know if the top one actually needed it, but I think I only had one of those flares left, and I've said it a bunch lately. I have been loving kind of scrap busting. I think that's what it's called. It's been a long day, sorry. And so I just, if there's one left, I have really been trying to use that up so I can get rid of the package. So once I kind of fussy cut the flowers here, you can see how beautiful that is. That is one large flower cluster in the middle there. That will be a great layering piece as well when I get back to this collection. I don't have any other weddings to scrapbook. Yeah, we'll have to figure out other embellishments, I guess. So I do have a few of the vellum embellishments left, mostly black and white ones. I think I've used up the majority of the rest of them. Thought about using that gold one there, but just didn't love the placement. But there's that flare from Scrap and Happy Studio I'm going to tuck in. Again, the colors were just the perfect variation to match this layout, and I just absolutely love it. So you can see, I think I'm just about done. Maybe some finishing touches here. Looking at the sticker sheet, there's not much. There's a lot of things that I won't probably use from the sticker sheet, to be quite honest. But I did find some hearts, and so I am going to scatter a couple of hearts in the clusters here, but that is going to finish off this layout. Unfortunately, this is such an old collection that I doubt it's going to be available anymore. So I don't have anything to link for you, but I hope you guys enjoyed this layout regardless and find some scrappy inspiration, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.